Glory be to God. My name is Rashad Johnson. I'm making this video because the video that you're about to witness is a past event. Today's date is October 24th, 2025. The videos that you're witnessing at this moment is in 2024. Now, my journey started in 2016, which I do have a testimony series if you would like to know more about me and where I came from and giving my life over to the Lord and why God chose me. And when I say He chose me to document my journey with my wife. During this journey, God done blessed me. He done taught me. I done learned how to cast out demons. I learned how to be righteous. I learned how to love. I learned how to become a new person through the Word of God. But when it comes to my wife, God had us go through trials and tribulations to build me up. I had to go through some spiritual warfare. I had videos that dates back to 2019 with me and my wife when we got married. And the first year we was married. And the spiritual warfare attacks happened that suddenly, where I noticed a lot of the stuff that I'm going through is not normal. It didn't make sense. There was no logic. There was lies and manipulation and deceivingness coming from my wife. A woman that loved God, that worked at the church, that was prayer lines and Bible study, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I was already gave my life to the Lord. Me and my wife, before we got married, we didn't have sex. We didn't live with each other until we moved in. So I was following the instructions that my God, Lord, Christ gave me from a previous marriage before my wife that I'm with right now. But what y'all gonna witness in these videos is how I overcame, how I been doing the will of God. There is video, actual footage of arguments of me and my wife and her acting out in spiritual warfare, attacking me. But a lot of my videos is just me talking to you over the phone, giving you a rundown of a spiritual argument that I just had. Now, I didn't want to post my life over to social media and Facebook, but God was putting this on my spirit to do. And I fought with God. I didn't want to do this because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. And like I said, I didn't want people in my personal life. But come to find out, and when I realized this is bigger than me and my wife, this is bigger than me and my wife. It's for everybody out there that's watching these videos that God done guided to watch these videos. It's just a lot of my videos may not even be talking about my wife. I done had spiritual arguments with being attacked by the enemy with co-workers that I really did have relationships with, that I truly loved. My children, my siblings, my sisters, my father, my mother. I've been attacked from all angles, from my finances, my name being slurred. I done had curses put on me. And God had to teach me how to fight spiritually. I had to learn how to rebuke and bind, declare, decree and declare. I had to learn how to recognize these demons and their tactics and how they fight. What causes a person to allow the demon into to controlling them? The Bible's crystal clear. I do back up a lot what I say with the Bible verses in the videos. This is not about, let me show you my life in drama. This is showing you how God is maneuvering and how great our God is. He used me and my family, but he mainly used me to do his will, which is my purpose. Even though today, October 24th, 2025, my story is not done. My wife and I are in a divine separation where God had to separate us to correct things to get me and my wife equally yoked. And she been through some things. I haven't spoken to her, but you will see how God brings us back together. You just got to watch the videos in order. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of videos. This is not a quick story. This is a teaching moment. God tells me what to say, what to put. He done use prophets to reach out to me and tell me what's going on with my wife or what to expect, how to fight the enemy. Like it was people that I was underneath that went on the journey before me that is giving me the wording to understand what I'm going through and how to fight the enemy. But when you watch these videos, you will see the miracles, you will see the breakthroughs, you will see things that I said that took place with me that God told me this is not going to stand, and it did not stand. A lot of y'all may be going through spiritual warfare and don't even know it. A lot of y'all may be separated from your spouses and your loved ones, or you may not be talking to your loved ones or your mothers or your fathers or co-workers, and you think that it's just normal. No, you're being attacked. This is spiritual warfare. I talk about everything. And like I said, I use the biblical Bible verses to back up everything I'm saying. So I'm not going to make this too long. Continue to watch these videos in order. They are numbered from episode 1 to episode 300 and whatever. But watch how the story plays out. And like I said, if you want to reach me, my email is in the description. If you want to know more about me and my journey, go look up my testimony series. I love y'all, and I'm out. July 28th, 2024. Y'all witnessed a video yesterday of me driving home. Me and my wife leaving from a barbecue festival, which was in Compton. So I said, you know what, since I'm in the area, we're going to stop by my dad's house for about 5 minutes, just so I could see him, right? Get a picture, tell him I love him, and leave. Why I only could stay 5 minutes? Because, like I said, and I done made videos in the past, the enemy been using my dad. It's not normal for my dad to cut off any communication with me for about 2 years. All over a ring that he persisted for me to wear when I got married and went on my honeymoon. Now, even when I lost it, I cried. I was sincere about it. Tried to find a replacement ring. This, that, and the third. But I ended up having 2 children, 2 baby girls. He was not talking to me when I lost it. He didn't want to give me his ring size. He was just trying to make things difficult. So 2 years passed. He don't bring up the ring. He kind of like, guess he felt like he chalked it up as a loss, but I never once said I was not going to pay you for your ring. It's just life. I'm not going to risk having my family on the street because my dad wants me to give him $3,000, and it's not even really quoting the price of the ring, right? He just, if it's up to him, I think he wants me to give him like $10,000. The ring ain't even worth, it wasn't even worth $10 or even $5,000, you know, maybe 2. I was like, well, you know what, I can make payments. He ain't trying to hear all that, right? He was never trying to hear it. We never sat down like, okay, if you could give me some payments, you know, and some reasonable payments. Now, he wants a big lump sum. So I said, okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So eventually, he cut me off as a son. He didn't call me on Father's Day, which he normally does. He didn't call me on my birthday, and our birthdays 2 days apart. So this is the first time he ain't never called me on Father's Day or either on my birthday. Right? My mother just passed 2 years ago. So he's the only parent I have. He ain't called, asked about his granddaughters, nothing. He ain't called my wife. He got her phone number. Ain't called her, asked, hey, can you send me some pictures of my granddaughter? Nothing. This is not normal activity. This is not normal. My dad's like 70, like 72 years old. And I'm going to tell you why it don't make sense. If I came up on the money and I was able to give him $3,000, what you think he going to do with it? Nothing. If my dad had that ring and he passed, who was going to have that ring? Me. It was my ring when he passed. Right? But I go to my dad's house and I go in there, see him. First thing come out of his mouth is, where's my money? That's all I've been hearing every time I see him. He don't want to talk about nothing else. Well, I haven't had a regular conversation with my dad for 2 years. Because all he could say is, where's my money? Now, like I said, I've been with my wife. We going on 6 years in August. But the last 2 years, the enemy done pushed him away from me. So, you know, I took the picture because my dad could pass any day. Like, he ain't sick that I don't know of. Maybe he is, I don't know. But he's at the age where people pass, right? And to know that I haven't really spoke to my dad in 2 years, not because I choose not to, not because I'm holding some type of grudge, it's because he don't choose to talk to me. I done called my dad. I done text him randomly throughout these past 2 years. I don't get a response back. I tell him I love him. I don't get a response back. So it's kind of like, why should I just keep on trying? But like I said, he's still my dad. I still respect him. And And like I said, I don't live in LA, but if I'm in the area, I would make an effort to go by and stop by, see how he's doing. Even though he done cut me off as a son. You know, I'm trying to take a picture. He's putting his middle finger up. I said, this ain't nothing but devil activity. This is not even normal, people. I'm not saying me and my dad had the greatest relationship growing up, but most people would have been like, you know what, he don't want to deal with me, I'm not going to deal with him. But I'm not like most people. I'm not like most people. So I take, you know, as soon as he puts his hand down, I get a snapshot. Me and my dad, I leave. I get in the car, my wife is there, and I'm upset because I know what's actually going on. I know it's demonic. I know he uses my wife against me. He uses my children against me. I'm the crazy one, right? I'm the crazy one that loves God, that lives by God's word, but the enemy wants to make it seem like I'm crazy. So anytime I get to speaking like this, my wife, she don't want to hear the truth. She gonna tell me, well, why you just didn't tell them how you felt? Because it don't matter. Don't matter. When the enemy's using someone, it don't matter what you say. Why? Because I done told my wife how I felt. You think it was any type of remorse or on her actions? No. Now the enemy jumps into her body, and then she starts to act crazy, and that's what y'all seen and what y'all was hearing in the video. It was worse before I started recording, but I had to get some things, like I had to let y'all hear what she was saying. Now, you know, you're in this marriage just to be in this marriage. You done cheated on me. Now she claims she ain't never had no sexual activity with no guys. Couple pictures was sent, text message, phone calls, but that's supposed to be okay, right? When you're married. I was in a dark place. You're still in a dark place. Because I done seen you reach out to people that you should not be reaching out to. I'm in a dark place, but I don't reach out to my exes. I don't pop up at their houses. I know where they live. If I wanted to get their phone number, Facebook, I can hit them up. I know who I can reach out to. But I don't, because I know that's what the enemy wants me to do. So, since last night, it's been the distant dividedness between her and me. Not really talkative, but would say something if a question is asked. She ain't completely just ignored me, but I know that demon is still lurking inside of her. Like I told her, I said, you never apologize for your actions that you done did. Your cheating actions. But she's like, I'm gonna have to hear this for the rest of my life. I don't throw this in your face. Because she asked me, the question was, if I left her, would the same thing happen with somebody else? Meaning the enemy. Yes. Yes, it would. Because I contemplated that. I said, it don't matter who I'm with. The only way I could be in a happy marriage, that woman will have to have a super relationship with God. Not somebody that goes to church and believes in God. No, because that's who I got now. Somebody that went to church and believes in God. But now all of a sudden, she don't want to have nothing to do with God. She don't want to have, because I called her the enemy. The enemy makes it seem like I forced her not to love God no more. That don't even make sense when it comes to somebody like me that loves God. So now it's this whole, it feels like she's doing stuff purposely to get an argument. And the reason why I hopped in this car to make this video is because it's 9:30 in the morning in Southern California. 9:30. She gave our kids ice cream, let's say around 8:30. No breakfast, just ice cream. I guess because they was asking for it. My 3-year-old and 4-year-old girl, they asking for ice cream, so she gives them ice cream. Okay, whatever. I'm in the bedroom. My daughter comes in there. I can see that she's done with her ice cream. She comes back in the bedroom with me. Guess what she has? More ice cream. And it's not like it's like a scoop. It's like the amount that you would give to a 7-year-old, 6-year-old kid to a 3-year-old. My daughters ain't even chubby. They're not even chubby. So now I see this and I'm like, how am I supposed to act? Because I told her once before, look, okay, you gave them some ice cream, but it ain't never been that early in the morning. And then if you did give them a second, just give them a spoonful. They don't know she's not at the age of knowing this is more, this is less. So why would you give her so much ice cream? So now when I bring it to her attention, I'm wrong for bringing this to her attention. It's not even 9, it's not even 11 o'clock. You done gave a 3-year-old 2 bowls of ice cream, 2 big bowls of ice cream. And her reasoning is, they're the ones that's coming to me. So I guess she does it to shut them up. But I'm like, you're the parent. No is no. Teach them no. Nah. You know what she does? Gets real quiet, act like she don't got nothing to say. So now I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one, because giving your kids ice cream, 2 bowls of ice cream before 9:30, hey, our parents was doing the same thing with us. So I guess I'm out of line for even questioning why you giving the kids 2 bowls of ice cream, because everybody nowadays give their kids, especially 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, 2 bowls of ice cream before 9:30. This is normal. But it seems like this is the type of stuff the enemy would do to spur up an argument. Because it don't matter how I present it. I'm not going to be heard. I'm not going to be heard. I could have walked in there, and I didn't go in there yelling and screaming, but I'm like, I'm upset. I'm angry. Yes. Like anybody else will be upset and angry. Didn't call her out her name. Did not, I didn't verbally abuse her or anything. I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are you giving the kids another portion of ice cream? On top of that, you're giving them a whole lot of ice cream. Like you can't determine what's more and what's less. You are 42 years old. You ain't no 19-year-old with kids for the first time. We wouldn't even allow our teenager kids to have 2 bowls of ice cream this early in the morning and as much ice cream as they got. The enemy wants you to go crazy. He wants you to not be at ease. He don't want you to be at peace. It's just a constant battle. Every day. Some of the stuff I don't even tell y'all about because I'm so drained for just dealing with this enemy. Because I know it's enemy driven because it don't make sense. There's no logic to it. There's no logic to it. If the kids don't want to eat, give them some applesauce. If they don't want to eat the applesauce, they don't want to eat, then guess what? They're going to be hungry. But I bet by noon, whatever you fix them, they'll eat. And if they crying, discipline them. It's that simple. Discipline them. We already got locks on the refrigerator. Outsmart them. Take the ice cream, put it in the garage. Hide it behind some other food, because we used to do that. And then show her, ain't no ice cream in there. Nah, I'm going to be lazy. I'm just going to shut up. I'm just going to give them the ice cream so they can leave me alone. I can't make this up, man. I cannot make this up. I can't make none of this stuff up. But, hey, if I'm wrong in the comments, leave it in the comments. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me that everybody's doing this. I don't want to hear nobody say, well, you know, you can't be like everybody. Nah, normal's normal. Normal is normal, people. We all know what normal is. I'm out.